Lambert, you're pregnant." When the doctor came through those double doors and said those 4 words, I thought my life had come to an end. What was I going to do with a child when I was just a child myself, 18 years old, and going into my freshman year of college? I had no clue. I was scared. Growing up, all you hear is the negative things about having a child. How bad it is, how you can't go do things no more, just basically how your life has come to an end. Well, I'm here to tell you that's not true. After having my little girl, I've realized that all that is false. Once they laid my 5-pound, 12-ounce baby girl in my arms, I knew a grand adventure had begun. When you become pregnant with your first child, a bunch of emotions run through your head. You're sad, you're scared, you're happy. It was when I went to my first doctor's appointment that it all sank in, after hearing my baby's heartbeat for the first time. Then, at 13 weeks, I went to the doctor and found out what I was having. It was then that the nurse said, "Think pink." I was having a girl. Bows, dresses, Barbie dolls, baby dolls, getting manis and petties together. What more could be exciting as that? I was beyond excited. It was at 20 weeks, though, I was rushed to the hospital and was having belly cramps. When they hooked me up to the monitors, it was far more. We couldn't believe what was before our eyes. I was in labor. Contractions. After shots, 3 hours of contracting, and and 2 bags of fluids, the contractions had stopped. It was then they told me the next morning that I would be going in to have stitches on my cervix to help me from preventing contractions. I had to sign a paper stating that I knew the risk and that there was a high risk that I might lose my child. That was the hardest part. After getting this far and being so excited from the beginning of being frightened, not knowing what I was going to do. So I was taken in and had my surgery. The rest of the pregnancy, we basically took week by week, day by day. I was at high risk. There was many times that I was placed into the hospital to prolong the pregnancy, but thanks to all my prayer warriors, by the grace of God, we made it to 37 weeks. August 19th, I went to one of my doctor's appointments. At this point, I was having trouble keeping amniotic fluid. It was then that he made the quick decision to induce. I had no amniotic fluid. I was frightened. All I've heard after hearing the bad things of how my life would come to an end by having a kid, now I heard how bad inducing was. All I heard was how hard, how bad it was going to hurt, and how it would be an all-day process of the pain. I was terrified, but in the end, I was going to have my beautiful blessing. August 20th, 2013, at 6 o'clock that morning, they put me on what people call the drip, the Pitocin. At 8 o'clock, Dr. Bieber came in and broke my water. By 10:12, my blessing was laying on my chest. I was beyond excited. I had no clue what to do. After all I went through, the emotional pain and stress, as well as the physical pain and stress, it paid off. My world had just begun. The whole process has impacted my life in many different ways. One, I had to grow up. I no longer had me to think about. I had Paisley to think about. When I went to go do things, I had to see if Paisley could go. It wasn't just if I could go. Secondly, throughout my process of college, I kept wanting to quit. 4 years is a long time. What I could be doing instead of studying. I could be going to a friend's house and partying, or go and do this instead of study. But now that I have Paisley, she is my motivation. She is what motivates me to stay in school so I can provide the best possible future for her. Thirdly, I would have never done it without the man above, God. Throughout my pregnancy, he was by my side and has gave me what I have today, my gorgeous blessing.